Full disclosure, a review copy of this game was provided to me either by its publisher or development team. Conan Exiles, a simple mess. Conan Exiles is finally out of early access and onto consoles. You start the game choosing your mode. You can play PvP, PvE, or offline single player or co-op. You then create your character, all with their unique race that gives them an advantage in game, and you're rescued by your boy Conan from your cross with the promise y'all are gonna meet again. So you set off into this world to simply survive. Surprise, this is a survival game, but one that I found to actually feel unique. The survival aspects of this game can be described by saying it's a simple mess. This is all about resource gathering and then combining resources to create new items. And I love how easy it is to find simple materials and food like bugs. Your basic survival needs are extremely accessible, and it's up to you to take those basics and explore the lands, leveling up and working your way towards better items. You can choose to play this game like a Minecraft, where you're creating shelter and use it as a base, going out to gather items and come back. This is made easy thanks to this game not being some procedurally generated garbage. This is a beautifully handcrafted map with secret caves, caverns, and bosses to encounter, reminding me a bit of Skyrim at times. A survival-based Skyrim game sounds great, doesn't it? On paper, yes, but again, this game is just a mess. There's just too much going on here under the hood. Not nearly as much as a game like Ark, but I still found it all to be overwhelming. I felt leveling up and earning points to dump into my stats and unlock new items to craft was frequent enough to keep the game feeling rewarding as I played. But the crafting menus and resources needed to craft certain items just felt like too much work to me. It's not like a Minecraft where things are as simple as knowing you need a certain material, on a rare occasion go to a biodome where a certain material is found, farm a little until you get what you need and come back. Materials for tools, weapons, and gear beyond the basics are too spread out. There's just too much in variety of things to collect, and too much space between them all. I'm a huge believer in less is more, and I just don't have the capacity at this stage in my life to keep track of hundreds of different materials. On top of that, if you're not playing offline and on easy mode, you're gonna die way quick. I feel like the game almost discourages advanced resource gathering in that way. Gathering food of any consequence is needlessly complicated as well. It isn't as simple as killing an animal and looting its body, creating a fire and cooking it. You need tools to collect the meat after the kill. It's just not my thing. And again, needlessly complicated for how harsh the environment can be on higher difficulties. I want to feel like at any moment I can decide to start a new camp somewhere and not that I have to take my things back to base. And the way the game overcomplicates things like hunting, I just couldn't do that here. So the way I chose to play this game was going the more explorer route, living off of plants. I just wanted to battle the terrains and its inhabitants with the simplest items I could craft that didn't feel like a math equation. And I had a decent amount of fun doing this, laying down in bed as I felt I made progress so I'd respawn there if I would die. And I just kept the simplest materials on me at all times to be able to fend for myself if I ran into any hostiles, which this world is full of. From giant spiders to people, enemies are everywhere. I actually really love the combat mechanics in this game. They're very third-person action, Witcher Dark Souls style of attacking, blocking, and dodging. And most of the time felt like if I took damage in a fight, it was my fault. However, not all the time. This game definitely suffers from performance issues, especially during battle. The game will lag a bit, frames will drop, and you'll be taking damage from seemingly nothing. Enemies can also spawn on top of you out of nowhere. It makes for a nice scare, but it also makes for some frustrating moments when your character instantly dies from a giant spider spawning on top of them, and now that giant spider is guarding your dead corpse with all your materials on it. I also found it pretty annoying that after killing enemies you couldn't just take their weapons or gear. What's the point of killing them then? It feels just there for survival, which quickly brought down the enjoyment and exciting exploring and running into enemies for me. Conan Exiles is a decent survival game. If things were simpler or enemies actually carried loot, it would even be a good game. But this game does none of that. I feel there's a bit of freshness here as Conan Exiles seems to borrow from different survival games without feeling like just a copy of those games. This is a game though that I don't think anyone that isn't really into survival games would enjoy. I give Conan Exiles a 6 out of 10. If you play Conan Exiles, tell me what you thought about it down in the comment section below. If you haven't played it, tell me if you plan on picking it up. Thumbs up. If you like the video, subscribe if you're new to the channel. And thanks for watching. If you like this video, please consider supporting me on Patreon so that I can continue to bring you reviews for all the newest games at patreon.com/superkengaming. You'll get access to early audio and video versions of reviews, exclusive Let's Play videos, and you'll even get to choose the game I play next. Thanks for watching, and of course, stay beautiful.